Can you believe that at the moment, AI is bearish on XRP? I'm here on CoinGPT at the moment and we're doing volatility analysis and we're looking at the Bollinger Band squeeze indicator at the moment. It's saying that we've got a negative outlook on XRP here. Look at this. You can see that we have been trading within the Bollinger Bands quite accurately for quite a little while now. Let's see what CoinGPT has to say about the trade. And there you go. It spits out the message for us. So in terms of the short-term trend analysis on XRP, we're a bearish squeeze on the 4-hour. Low volatility, momentum is shifting downside. Price action shows consolidation near recent highs. Short-term trend is bearish. And it's given us support and resistance levels here. It's given us a sell signal and a stop loss and a take profit as well. Now, never trust AI. I'll also check out the chart myself. Coming over to XRP here on the 4-hourly chart. I mean, we have had lower lows on XRP for a very long time, and we've been traveling quite reasonably within this bound, interestingly, since July 2025. We've been trading within this sort of bound here, very bearishly. Now, if we were shorting down here to the previous low, we'd only be looking at a position 15% profit in the trade. Where would a stop loss would be about this breakout here. So the risk to reward ratio on a trade like this isn't very good at the moment. We would be having to short at the top of this bound and then trade back to the lower that we've been, the lowest level that we've been in this bear market so far, which would give us a 32% profit on the trade. And we could be on our stop loss, so 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio here. However, if we were saying that we were going to go lower on XRP, then we go more aggressive over a longer term horizon, potentially double the risk to reward ratio on that trade if we think that we're going lower. How does that look in terms of multiple cycle support and resistance levels? So we can see that we broke through. We had a huge spike last bull market on November 2024. But we basically, within 2-3 weeks, went from 60 cents on XRP all the way up to $2.50. It's an insane move. So it's a bit tricky to see where those previous support and resistance levels are. Perhaps levels here. And you can see that we are exactly on these support and resistance levels. If we're going to break lower on XRP, it's likely going to be a very negative move. However, you could trade the inverse trade and trade the upsize if we do break out of this bound, if you are bullish on Bitcoin, which obviously controls the crypto market at the moment. And then in which case you would be able to essentially just have, you know your support and resistance level here. We can go very tight with the stop loss and trade to a very, very high risk to reward ratio here, anywhere up to where we've been in the past cycle across a multiple cycle, in which case it could be a risk to reward 1 to 10 if you think XRP has hit the bottom at $1.30, one of the previous support and resistance levels of the last bull market. And if you guys want to use CoinGPT, there's a link in the description to sign up.